3. I'm Team. Welcome to Every Shade of Blue. I'll be with you until the midnight hour, picking them up and laying them down, except for this first segment of the program, when joining me in the studio is Josh Gooch, who just laid out those guitar licks for us live right next to me. Just tearing it up tonight. Josh, thanks for coming down and being part of the program.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's good to be here.
It was when Dave Kay of the Road Dogs gave me a call and first told me about you and being in the King of the Blues guitar contest from Guitar Center and making it all the way to the finals out of 4,000 plus people. Thought, whoa, and that's a young man from San Diego. We have to know more about him and his story. So if you want to get just a little closer to that microphone, why don't you just give us a little thumbnail sketch of how you got into the blues and got into that contest and what lit your blues fire and got this passion burning in you?
Well, you know, my dad's a guitar player, and he always had guitars around the house, a couple acoustics, a couple electrics. And, you know, one day when I was in 8th grade, I really just got bored, you know, from skateboarding and all that stuff, and decided to pick up the guitar. And I still remember that day. I played for like 9 or 10 hours until 4 in the morning. And there hasn't been a day since then that I haven't played the guitar. And it's something that I just loved from day one. And you know, when I first started, I wasn't playing blues music. I was into, you know, kind of the popular styles of music that most kids my age listen to. And I got bored with that real quick once I started playing guitar. And I kind of made my way back. You know, I finally got back to bands like Cream and Led Zeppelin and Free, and the Allman Brothers, you know, a lot of the British guys and some of the Southern bands. And I was reading all these interviews, and, you know, they were all influenced by B.B. King and Albert King and Muddy Waters and Robert Johnson. So I just kind of started making my way back, and it's been a fun journey. There's so much stuff to discover, and I haven't even scratched the surface yet. Well,
that's the natural transition right there, isn't it? From the British guys back to the real guys.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. That's happened to many of us, especially out here on the West Coast. Well, what kind of guitar are you playing over there?
I'm playing a Gibson Les Paul Classic. I think it's a 1999. And it's been worn in pretty good since I started playing it. I bought it from my neighbor, Paul Leesom, who is one of the main influences on me. He was the one who was giving me a lot of the music that a lot of the British guys and stuff like that. He was the one kind of providing the music, him and my dad. And this has been my #1 guitar ever since I bought it 3 years ago, and it's been the baby that's always at the shows.
Yeah, that's great. And now you're actually filling in, or not filling in, but playing with the Road Dogs here in San Diego as well. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go on. You know, we're doing something tonight that I've never done before, having a player playing the guitar, and we have these backing tracks. You know, sometimes I wonder how I got this far along in life. I never really knew about backing tracks. So it was, I liked how that worked out. You got your own rhythm section here on the sideline, and Dave's filling in for us. Dave Case here, and we'll be talking to him briefly about the Road Dogs. So he's engineering for us, and Josh is tearing it up on the guitar. And I think before we get any further in the conversation, we should give the folks another taste of what you can do. Now, I can't remember the titles of these different tunes you got. They're not actually tunes, but different styles.
Yeah.
So you want to give us a little setup on this one, and then we'll work into that next.
Well, this is going to be a real slow, kind of gritty blues thing here, and yeah, it's definitely the older styles of it, but I think it's some great stuff. It's some great stuff.
It's Blues 88.